Welcome back, Yemiad family. Thank you so much for joining us for another video. Well, it has been a wonderful experience here in the country. Here in the country, as I said in the last video, it's much slower here. It's not as fast paced as in the city. So you would have gotten some time to just relax, to just sit and to reflect, especially upon the 2024 that has passed. And as 2024 has been one of the toughest years I have, gone through. Very tough year. But I'm here in 2025 and I just have to give thanks, for the gift of life, and I just want to take this time to wish you all a prosperous new year. I know you would have set your objectives that you want to achieve this year, and I pray, for nothing, less than the best for you guys. I hope that you will, have, a wonderful 2025, So, with that said, I should be leaving the country soon, heading back to the city, right? But for now, I'm going to continue to enjoy, this lovely atmosphere in the country, and just pray and hope that this year we will be much better than we were last year, right? All right. So with that said, as you know, this channel is all about cricket. So we are going to go into some cricket now. Really, we just want to look on just review the year as it relates to West Indies cricket right across the board, from the women's cricket to the men's cricket to the under-19 cricket. And it has been a tough year, to be honest with you, for West Indies cricket. We would have seen some highs and we would have seen some lows. I think generally the lows normally, outweigh the highs. But we have to be grateful nonetheless. And some of the low moments, I think one that really resonates with me is Alzari behavior on the field. That's just etched in my mind. And I think that needs to be addressed this year so that there is not a reoccurrence, of that issue. Remember, we were bowled out for 89 in Sri Lanka. We lost the world, the T20 World Cup at home. We were swept by Bangladesh at home. In the T20s, recently concluded T20s. One of the other low moments for me was the finals of the CG United Super 50 Cup. That was just poor. In fact, coming out of that final, I think the two captains from Jamaica and Barbados, they would have been banned, for a few matches. One of the other low moments I would have seen where in our T20 cricket, we continue to lose wickets in clusters. Too many wickets we would have lost in the power plays, right? And so there are a lot of low moments. If I continue, I will not be able to end this video. But looking on some of the the good moments, can remember Sherfy and Rutherford, that consistency, of that five match with 50 plus scores consecutively. The clean sweep of Bangladesh in the ODIs, clean sweep of South Africa in the T20s leading up to the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, and we would have seen some improvement in the ODI cricket. We have we have seen a lot of improvement in our ODI cricket, right, since Sammy would have taken over. So we have to, laud Darren Sammy for that and his team, right? But in terms of test match, we are still collapsing in the second innings of our test matches. That has been, an issue for quite a while now. And there are a lot more highs, but I'm going to get into them. I really don't want to give away what I want to talk about, right? And if I would have missed anything, at GameYard TV, we, value your comments, and we would like you to share, your comments in the comment section. If I would have missed anything, because I do not know everything. So now we will be, looking on 6 top moments in West Indies cricket in 2024. All right. So at number 6, right? Number 6 is Justin Greaves. 3 back-to-back, consecutive centuries in the CG United regional Super 50 Cup, right, in 2024.
Wants 2, gets 2, moves on to 99. 3 and 3, and that is history. A remarkable feat for Justin Greaves.
Justin Greaves would have finished the tournament with over 400 runs. I think he would have made 401 in 5 innings at an average of 133. He was just sensational in that tournament. I would have watched those matches, and boy, I tell you, Justin Greaves was just in a purple patch of form, right? And that would have propelled him to be selected for the West Indies Test squad to face Bangladesh, and which he would have made his maiden Test century also in that series. He would have made an unbeaten 115 of 206 deliveries.
It is the realization of a childhood dream and a triumphant return to Test match cricket after a 10-month absence for Justin Greaves. His maiden 100 in Test match cricket.
That was just magical from Justin Greaves, right? Justin Greaves is a very versatile cricketer. He can bat at any position from 1 to 6. That's the versatility of Justin Greaves. So he would have made 112 against Barbados Pride. Then the next match he would have played against West Indies Academy. He would have made 111 not out. And then in that other match against the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, he would have made 151, from 129 deliveries. Boy, Justin Greaves was just, difficult to bowl to during that time, right? And he's an all-rounder, so he has, made other contributions in his bowling as well to the West Indies lineup, right? So that is number 6 for me. As I said, if you have other, thoughts, you can share them down in the comment section. So at number 5, in my estimation, it would be Joel Anjo, that 130 from 96 delivery against South Africa in that opening match in the ICC Under-19 men's cricket tournament, right? Joel Anjo was just magical.
Oh, nice looking shot up and over the offside.
Hammered away, far and long. Oh, he might have to go and ask for another ball back, because off it sails on.
They're going to push for 2 here. 100 in the colours of the West Indies, the young wicketkeeper batter.
In the second game, he would have made an unbeaten 64 from 60 deliveries against Scotland. He was just a cut above the rest in that tournament, and that performance would have propelled him to be called up to the West Indies ODI squad that would have toured Sri Lanka, and he would have made his debut there as well. Joel Anjo would have continued his performance, even in the CPL 2024 edition of the CPL. He would have made an unbeaten 50 or 30 deliveries against the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots. In the 2024 edition, he also would have made a 143, against the emerging Ireland team. He made that 143, from 141 deliveries. So 2024 was a really breakout year for Joel Anjo, and he would have been sent to Chennai Academy to continue his improvements in his batting, and I hope that he will cement his place in the West Indies senior team in 2025. He's a very good talent, and I mean, he became one of the youngest, in fact the youngest West Indian to make their debut. He was 17 when he made his debut, and he's the youngest since Gary Sobers. Alright, so coming up now, I would say Amir Jango's debut ODI century against Bangladesh. That was a top class knock from Amir Jango.
It is a dream come true. 2024 will be a year that Amir Jango will never forget. 100 of great skill and character on one-day international debut for the 27-year-old.
And Amir Jango would have been, in fine form in the CG United Super Cup as well. And I think that performance, because he would have made over 400 runs in the tournament, and that would have allowed him to be called up to the ODI squad, right? And he did not disappoint. He became the 18th player in world cricket to make a century on debut, and he became the second West Indian to score a century on debut, and since Desmond Haynes, right, the legendary Desmond Haynes, right? And Amir Jango 100 came off 80 deliveries, and that is the fastest century scored on debut in ODI cricket. I think that knock was just sensational. When Amir Jango came to the crease or to the wicket, West Indies were in sort of a trouble, because we wanted to win that series emphatically. I could see the hunger in the players, right? And when he came in, he and Casey Carty, they put on 132 runs, 5th wicket partnership, right? And that just would have taken the game away from the Bangladeshis, right? Amir Jango would have ended, he was unbeaten rather, on 104 from 83 deliveries. Casey Carty would have made 95 from 88 deliveries. And when Casey Carty fell, Amir Jango continues batting, and he would have made a 91-run partnership between him and Gudakish Moti. Gudakish would have made 44 runs from 31 deliveries, right? So they would have helped West Indies to win that match, right? That was an exceptional series for us, beating Bangladesh 3-0 at home. So let's move on to number 3. Number 3 would be Akil Hussain. Akil Hussain would have had a great 2024. He would have been, elevated to the number one, ranking in T20 cricket by the ICC, and he would have achieved that feat in December. I think after he would have taken that 2 for 13 against Bangladesh in that T20 match, he was promoted, having amassed over 700 points. I think he would have amassed 707 points. That would have propelled him to the number one T20 bowler based on the latest ranking from ICC. And that's a wonderful feat. He would have had a great 2024, right? Being a finger spin bowler, and he would have bowled in the power play, right, most of the time, right? And he has been very economical, and he has been a wicket taker. He is one of the most aggressive bowler in the West Indies lineup. He attacks the wicket, right, and he always takes wicket, right? I really laud him for that achievement. That has not been achieved by many West Indian. In fact, he became the third player or the third bowler to achieve that feat. Samuel Badri would have achieved that, as well as Sunil Narain. So we have not had another bowler to be elevated to number one in T20s. And I just congratulate Akil Hussain for that personal achievement. That must feel good, and know you will celebrate with his friends and family. That's a wonderful achievement by that young cricketer, right? And he is one of the, I think he's the second player to take over 60 wickets in T20. He would have joined Andre Russell, who would have taken 60 scalp as well. So kudos to Akil Hussain and his coaching staff. He has been, a really standout performer for us in T20s in 2024, and that would have allowed us also, to be, elevated at, to number 4 in our T20 ranking, right? Kudos to Akil Hussain. Coming at number 2 would have been, yes, West Indies women's advancing to the semi-final stage of the ICC World Cup, right? Women's World Cup. And there is something about this crop of players. You tend to get the best out of them when their backs are against the wall. They tend to persevere. They have tough mentality, and it's quite a few times I would have seen where they would have been against the rope, for argument's sake, and they would have responded like a champion. And I would have seen that in the World Cup, and even recently we would have seen that in India, right? I think it was in the second ODI match, I believe, when Ailey Matthews and Kiana Joseph, they would have, they were just sensational in that game. Also Deandra Dottin, right, with the ball in hand, and also electric in the field, right? But in this World Cup, not many people have West Indies, coming out of this tough group stage, but they did persevere, and they had England to beat. Not many people believe that they could have beaten England, and in that match they would have, England would have made 141 for 7 from their allotted 20 overs, and Afi Fletcher would have taken 3 for 21. She was just magical that day with the ball, with ball in hand, right? And Deandra Dottin would have been electric in the field, right? She would have taken 3 catches, and she would have, had a run out as well. And I think she would have taken, 1 for 16 with the ball as well, right? So we would have restricted England for 141, right, with the ball. And then when it was time to bat, Kiana Joseph and Haley Matthews just go in boom boom mode. They were just hitting the ball all over the ground, right? And they would have shared in a 102 opening wicket stand from, I think it was 74 deliveries. They were just, brutal, against the English bowlers, right? And Kiana Joseph would have made 52 from 38, and Haley Matthews, she would have made 50. She would have made 50 from 38 deliveries. Kiana Joseph's strike rate would have been 136, and Haley Matthews' strike rate would have been 131. They were just magical at the top. And then, Deandra Dakin just came in to finish things off. She would have made 27 from 19 deliveries at a strike rate of 142, right? And West Indies would have won the match by 6 wickets, right? with 12 balls to spare, right? That was just magical. I can remember that day, that was just sensational, by West Indies women, right, cricket team. And that was my number 2. All right, drum roll, everyone. Drum roll, drum roll. So at number 1 was that historic test match, that day and night pink ball test we would have won at the Gabba. Boy, that will be in the minds of many West Indian fans for a long time. That magical bowling by Shamar Joseph as he announced himself in the test arena. In that second innings that he would have bowled out the Australians, he would have taken 7 for 68. And what make it even more special is the fact that Shamar Joseph had an injured toe, right? And when you would have watched his interview, he would have said that he was not thinking of coming to the game today because his toe, I suspect it was swollen, and it was hurting. But he said that the doctor did something and he went out there, and boy, I tell you, that was just magical. That was bowling, test bowling at the highest level. I'm telling you. You can go back and watch, the clippings. Shamar Joseph was in really good rhythm that morning. He was just running, attacking the wicket. When you see a bowler attack the crease like that, he is in good rhythm, right? It was just magical that day, at the Gabba.
Oh, wow, that's a rip. Oh, it's King Bear for Travis Head. Yes, he's done it. This one's up in the air. This should be taken. Coming across. It is. Oh, yes.
It has been 27 years. West Indies would not have won a match in Australia, right? And going to Australia with that young team, a lot of people, did not, believe in this team, to be honest with you. We thought that they would have been just rolled over by Australia in Australia, especially at the Gabba. Well, Australia has never lost a day-night, test match, right? And this young team went there and they would have achieved what they achieved. And I'm so proud of the guys, to be honest with you. And it's really unfortunate to know that Andre Kohli would have done, this historic, he would have achieved this historic feat. and then within the same year you would have been fired as head coach, right? To be honest with you, if I should be honest with you, he would have lost some test series, especially at home. So I know that his job would have been under the microscope for some time now, to be honest with you, even though he would have achieved that, right? But to be you have to look and think holistically, even though you would have achieved something that we would not have achieved in a long time. But when you look on the test team overall, we have not been playing really good cricket. Some may say that it's just a one-off event, but when you look on the test team overall, we have been consistently losing games, right? And I think that would have allowed Miles Bascom and his team to make a decision as it relates to the coaching, right? And so Darren Sammy will take over next year. I think it effective April 2025, he will take over the test team. But as I said, it was some low moments this year and some very high moments. Thank you so much for watching. Something just pops in my mind also. I remember another historic, I wouldn't say historic, but another good performance was that 175 run partnership between Casey Carty and Brandon King in that third ODI against England, right? That was something to watch, to be honest with you. That was something to watch. We needed to win. The series was tied at 1-1, right? And we needed to win that final game, and the boys just came up. Casey Carty would have made 128, not out, and Brandon King would have made 102. That was just sensational, right? So, as I said, there are a lot more we could talk about. Remember that century that made the test century that Kabem Adge would have made in England. That was top class as well. And I think in that game he would have made a big partnership. I think it was a 200-run partnership with Alec Athanaze, right? That we can remember that as well. There are so many things I can remember, but we will stop here for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, to share the link with your friends and family, and stay tuned for much more to come in 2025. God bless you. We will see you in the next video. Peace out, my friends.